Before I start my actual session, which is uh, topic as teachers as counselor, a shared responsibility. Today I am happy and little bit disappointed because of two reasons. I mean, two different reasons. I am. I'll share the sad news first. Sad news is basically, number of participants are less today. And the good news is, I see most of the brothers are there today because whenever I do any teachers training or parenting workshop, lots of sisters, ladies, principal, mothers are attending that session. But today I see lots of like three Muhammad Mahmood are there, Shafiq Bhai is there, and Hamad bin Salim, and mashallah, many brothers are there. So this is a good news, subhanallah. So inshallah, what we begin as a teachers, as a counselor. Uh, Today being a Saturday, I feel you all are in the early morning. Climate is very pleasant. I don't know how many of you have come up with a happy and a on a happy note. Their faces is smiling and they are thinking, yeah, today we'll get to learn something new today, and they are happy about it. You know, and few of them might be thinking that this again our session to today. Okay, we have to somehow attend what he's going to teach about the counselor. I just want you all to share your emotion, what exactly you are feeling right now. What is your feeling? Whatever the emotions is coming to your mind, I want you to share with this. You have the option over here. You can share your emotions. So could you share your emotions over here? As I expressed my, and I said I'm a little bit, not happy because of the number of participants. And I said I'm happy because, so I have a mix of emotion, mashallah. But it's more about the happiness where I can share. I'm not very much this thing. Can you share your emotions over here? Participants, please, brothers, sisters. I'm not getting how to share. Subhanallah. And not, no. Usually people give na thumbs up and all that. Are we not getting over here? Anyway, let's not waste the time over here. But yes, we are some of the different state of mind people sitting over here, right? We are not sailing in a same boat. We are not having a same sort of emotion right now. I'm talking about at present. And we have a different set of emotions. Someone is happy, someone is upset, someone is feeling, "Arey, I could have done much better thing rather attending this workshop." Uh, few of few of you might be very happy. Okay, it's a new subject. It's a completely new option. Am I a counselor? Few of you might be thinking, I know much many of the thing about the counseling, so I can counsel. It's not for me. But many of you see, "Nahi, what's new I can learn? Let's join. Maybe a new case study will come up. Maybe something new I can learn." So this is how we all came up over here with a good intention, with good nia, and we with mix of the emotions. We are not having any fixed emotion as such, a particular mindset. Yeah, and because I have not yet told you any joke or something like that, so we can smile or happy. But yes, few of us might be upset, might be sad, might be very little lethargic. Maybe few of you are yawning, maybe few of you taking a cup of tea, drinking and attending the workshop might be happening. So it's not a problem. But yeah, and point is, we all are having different set of emotion right now at this particular amount of time. Correct. Now let's go together. Is it the same situation when we teach in the classroom? Because we go in the classroom, all the students are not from the same family. They all are from different family, different background, different start of the society. Their income is different. Their family uh, lifestyle is different. The number of family members are different. So they also come up with the very mixed emotion and in a very different approach. So now let's move ahead, inshallah. Yeah. You being a teacher, a teacher is basically who is a teacher. You train to be a teacher, right? So a teacher is we considered a role model, especially for the small children and even for the elder one also. Because for the small kids, especially the girls, you might have seen, if you are a parent, you might have seen your own children, whichever school they are going to, they imitate the teacher. You know, you sit over here. Now I'm going to write something. So this is by nature it's happening. Children, they learn by imitating, by copying the person, and especially the teacher, right? Obviously parents also, but whenever she come to the class, when child is sitting alone, whatever she does like, oh, you keep quiet. Whatever the words is coming from the teacher's mouth, she replicate that, she repeat that, and she imitate that she is taking a class and she is a class teacher now. So you are a role model, right? You are an advisor. Huh? Many a time teach students ask very weird question. Rather, I would say any XYZ question they are asked, which is not having any head and toe. But they ask you question, and many a time we reply. We have to reply. You are an educator. You trained as an educator. We all are teacher. We trained as an educator. We are facilitator. Any given point of time, a child is stuck somewhere. They are unable to move ahead. We help them as a teacher. Mentor. We help them to achieve the dream, है to reach the goal. What is their goal? Children's goal. We help them to achieve that particular goal, and we guide them the pathway. So we are a mentor also. Similarly, a teacher is simultaneously, I would say, teachers are linked to the principal. I think last workshop also I told about the same thing. The teacher is connected with the principal, they connected with the management, also the parent, and the prima facie students. So everybody is centered with the teacher. You know? Parents usually hardly they speak to the management and the principal, but yeah, on a regular basis, a teacher's WhatsApp group or a student's WhatsApp group, they interact with the class teacher or the other subject teacher rather. But teacher is the center point, I would say, in the school. And if a school is a teacher-centric school, would be the best school, I would say. It should not be a student-centric school. Why I'm saying that is because if the school is student-centric, then we are thinking to make them empower or let them get a good marks so that they get admission in a good school or good college or further professional courses. Or if they are already in the professional courses, our focus is as a teacher that we make them skillful so that they can earn good amount of money. What about the akhlaqiyat? What about the character? What about the etiquettes? How these things will build up? So teacher is basically a center point in the school. If the teacher-centric school is there, if teachers there is a school in uh, Kerala. I think Kerala itself, yeah. I'm forgetting the brother's name. I met him. Then he said that if teacher's mood is not there, if she is upset, she had a small accident while coming to the school, or maybe she had a argument with his mother-in-law, or maybe the husband, or maybe the spouse or wife. So, and if her mood or his mood is not there to go to the class, maybe he want to take some break. For first 2 periods, she don't want to take. They can take a break. Other teachers come into the place and they take the proxy lecture, and this teacher take the rest to come to these senses, and then they after something like that. But then school is basically a teacher centric school. It's not the student centric school, right? So it has its own advantages. The teacher is basically linked to these four aspect or the four entity or the four entity of the school, and the role is teacher is role model, as an advisor, as an educator, as a facilitator, and as a mentor also. Teacher play a role. But as a teacher, we are trained to perform a certain aspect. We train to perform a certain aspect. We are taken a degree in graduation in education, or maybe we are masters in education. But what is our role? Primary role. What is the primary thing we have been taught? We have been taught how to make a lesson plan. We have been taught nowadays, like we have been taught how to make the subject interesting. So it's basically the teacher's job how we can teach. Some aspect of the psychology, also some aspect of the a subject expertise also we learn. That is how we, because science teacher is difficult for him to teach the maths and everything, but then yeah, they teach. So it's a subject expertise also there. So but apart from the role of a teacher, we do play the role of an admin also. If sometimes the head clerk is missing, or the main registrar is not there in the school, the principal or the supervisor is not there, we came as a teacher, we came to pitch in and we perform the task. We play the role of as an admin also. And we play the role of examiner. I don't need to explain that. We perform the role of an examiner. We perform the role of a record keeper also. What record? The students record all the marks, grades, a roll number. Over here we have that registration number, general registration number, GR, what we talk about. So you have you keep the records of the child also. Plus you are a facilitator also. You know, a guest is coming, you are facilitating. A event is there, you are facilitating. You know, annual day is there, sports is there, some language day we are doing, some national day we are performing. So you are a facilitator also to the school, to the students also. Again, we are a classroom manager. We need to control and manage the class also, because we want whenever we go to the class, our thinking mindset is the students should be keep quiet and we'll teach them very polite way. They should not do any mischief. They should not do any masti or any kind of mischievous thing in the classroom. And we teach and we come out very smoothly. But this doesn't happen every time, right? Very rarely does it happen, I would say rather. Again, you are a caregiver. If some child is, or our co-worker, co-teacher, if they are upset for some or the other reason, we give them the care also. We lend our ear to them, to listen to them, listen to their problems also. So we are a caregiver also. We are knowledge specialist. This is the era of an specialization. So we are a knowledge specialist. We keep updating ourselves as far as the knowledge is concerned, specifically science, maths, and in fact for all subject, I would say. I would say into the languages also you need to be updated. Similar way we do mentor and guide student also, right? In the professional career, in their personal life also. Simultaneously, if we see our multiple role outside the school, these are the multiple role you perform in the school, but are not you performing a multiple role outside the school? This is my question to you. Yes, we are performing the different role outside the school. We being a teacher, we are a daughter, we are a sister. Similarly, we are a brother and we are a son of someone, right? Maybe we are a spouse to someone, we are a mother and father to someone. We perform a dual role. Maybe may not be all the firm, but yeah, many majority of us. We are a worker. We are a worker. We are an academician. We are teaching them. We are a traveler. We do travel also, and we do learn from the traveling. Ibn Battuta is and other one is Marco Polo. So both of you can study and see who has traveled more. This take as a minor assignment. Marco Polo and Ibn Battuta, who traveled more distance in terms of kilometer or miles. Similarly, we play a role of a helper also. Whenever guest is coming or we as a guest go to someone's place, we do help them in the kitchen. We do help them for some small things, inshallah. We do. We are an observer while traveling, while coming to the school, while going back to the school, while sitting in the staff room. We do observe many things. So we do play a multiple role unknowingly. And in a school also, we do play multiple role as a facilitator, as a record keeper, as an examiner. But our primary role is a teacher to nurture the child, right? This is our primary role, correct? And other things are many of the things are we are either doing unknowingly playing the role, or rather we are playing very knowingly and very attentively we does the thing, because examining record keeping you cannot do very loose way. You have to be attentive and you have to be give your 100% to that also, apart from completing the curriculum on time in a calendar year, in an academic calendar year. Same thing, if I ask you, do you find any health is important? I would say definitely you would say yes, health is important. But which health is important, physical or mental? Can you open the chat box and write which health is more important, physical or mental? Please. Let's keep it yeah, mental. Arif Bhai is saying mental health is more important. Sister Fatima, both. Ilannoor, mental. Okay. I want two more answer. Both are equally important. Okay. There are two Fatima on the thing. Okay. Farhana is saying mental. Nadir Bhai is saying both. Both. See, this is whatever you are writing, na? I mean, don't take it as my, in English they say the gospel or the final version. But yeah, you are either you are missing this particular thing, or either you are striving to go for this particular thing, because those who have written physical or mental, they might be either very good in that, or they might be looking desperately to get their mental health, their physical health good. That is the reason they say either one point. And those who have written both, This is a very logical answer because both the health is very important. Even see, if you see your stomach is upset, your health is upset, your with the cholesterol or increase in the body, heart cannot pump it properly. So it's not about only the physical health, it's about the mental health also. And to keep you yourself mentally healthy, if you keep yourself physically healthy, inshallah, it will help you to keep mentally fit. I repeat, if you keep yourself physically healthy, it will help you to keep yourself mentally healthy. So primarily physical health is more important. More important in a sense, if you keep your physical health intact, you are walking, jogging, this is a stress buster. If you keep walking, if you do some exercise, and especially for brothers, those who are not knowing the how to cook and all that, irrespective of their knowing the cooking or not knowing the cooking, if they go to the kitchen and cook something, especially when they are going through an anxiety or a stress, it is a stress buster. Cooking in the kitchen is a stress buster. For sister, I would say, do try learning the driving and drive slow. So keep learning that, because do something which is you are not very familiar to. So that is how you can keep your mental health intact, inshallah. So both the health are very, very important. We cannot segregate the thing. Sometimes it is based on the need, sometimes what exactly we are feeling. So those who have said what, all the answers are right. No answer is wrong. I appreciate you participated, mashallah. So both the health are important, physical and mental. Now we just see what, when you go to the classroom, how you can identify that which is the child is basically looking for a help, or rather the particular child is looking for the counseling. Because as we just read over here, the mental health is important. So it's not about the mental. Have you ever seen a small child, a less than a year child, a toddler, I would say, huh? Whenever the child cries, what the first thing mother notice? क्या करते हैं? They immediately, can you write in the chat box? They open the diaper and check whether has he urinated or passed the stool. Immediately they check the diaper. Second thing they see is whether the child is hungry or not. I mean, correct me if I am wrong. I love, lots of sisters are over here, mashallah. So they see the if the child is hungry or not. So they try to feed the child. Third thing, agar still if they are not, they try to console the child by taking into their arms and just rubbing their back. So this is because child cannot speak. But sometimes they find child is crying unnecessary for no reason. Mother has feeded him just now, and he is he is like just woken up, had got a very good sleep, and he is having no problem. But then again, he is crying a lot. Do you know why a child cries? Sometimes unknowingly, unnecessary child cries. A toddler I'm talking about, because uh, uh, I'm sharing just my experience itself. When my wife was pregnant and we went to the hospital for the sonography, the lady who is doing the sonography, I mean, all the parda and everything was there, it all covered, but they are showing me on the screen what is in the womb. So I realized the child is yawning, and I think it was 5 month or 6 month pregnancy was there. I don't know exactly how much month but I realized somehow the child is yawning. And then I asked, the child is yawning? And the lady was like a little bit of a rude tone. She said, child does everything in the womb. They do cry. They have all the emotions. They laugh, they yawn, they sleep. I'm like, okay, 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 okay. So the child, basically, the question I posed to you, either he is hungry or must have done some potty, or the child is seeking attention. All the emotions, the child in the womb also, they have all the emotions. And outside, I was just giving the example of the toddler. This particular child is crying just to seek the parents' attention, or other, I would say, the mother's touch or the father's touch. He want to go in someone's arm. He don't want to left alone. He want to mingle around. He wants some attention. Someone, let's talk to him. And you are talking in like Bengali, English, Marathi, Gujarati, whatever language you're talking, child is not realizing, but then he is laughing. When he is very attentive and he's looking at you. So mental health starts from the beginning. Once the root, the spirit has been given to the child. Since then, the child start showing the emotions. So the sign of a student may need counseling is you are in the classroom and you see the child's behavior got changed. I would suggest teachers don't jump to the school to school. Be specific to the one school for a longer period of time so that you can build up your good relation not only with the students or not only with the management and the principal, but with the students also. है ना? If you stay in a school just for 1,000, 2,000 or 5,000 ka increment, just don't jump to the one school to another. Unnecessary. I mean, irrespective to your situation, you know better. I'm not the one to guide you, but then you built up a relationship with the child. This is very important. So you analyze the child and daily basis you see the child, but you suddenly once you see in the classroom the child's behavior is getting changed. है ना? And similarly, you see a particular child is persistently sad. He is always sad. You try to encourage, you try to joke around, but then child is in a sad mode. That means it's an alarm, and we need to check on it. Child is we usually see he is really playing and gelling with the other students also, but suddenly he stopped gelling with the peers. He stopped playing with his other co-students. Sometimes you see the child is getting irritated on a very short or unnecessary things, or any unnecessary or very minor I mean someone is pulling his leg for a very minor reason, but then the child is getting very irritated and anger burst out. Their academic performance is going down. The child is, you see, the child is not paying attention in the classroom. His concentration level is gone down. You see, the child is always in a state of fear or anxiety. Whatever the teacher asking the question in the classroom, they fear to reply. And they feel very anxious. They look around here and there, or maybe they are seeking help. So this is one of the signs. Because if repeatedly child does that, that's the sign that child need counseling. Low self-esteem. He is not confident about himself. Yes, this particular maths problem is a little bit tough, but yeah, you can do it. Just attempt it. But they are not trying to attempt also. You know, the child is sleeping in the classroom. Sometimes it happens. And they are just dozing around. They feel lethargic. They feel laziness. Frequent complaint of illness. There's one case I haven't gone through. A case study was there. One girl child, she was around 13, 14 of age, and she was constantly complaining that my hand is paining. And a parent, it's a long story, I'm cutting it very short. Many places the child has been taken to, many doctors, child has been taken to, lots of x-ray, massage, and many things has been tried on the child, but the child is still again complaining, my hand is paining. And there is nothing is coming up in the x-ray, nothing is coming up with the after doing the massage and everything. Whenever the child is being asked to write something, she complains, my hand is paining. Eventually, the child has been taken to the counselor, professional counselor, and the counselor, I mean, all the due process following. We'll talk about a little bit about how counseling does take place. Many of you know, but still will. So, but then the child, this has a particular girl has been taken to the professional counselor, and counselor came out with the result that child is not interested in studying, and that is why she is complaining this hand is paining. And after a 6 to 8 months, this particular truth came out, and then another session of the child has been taken why she is not interested, and then eventually she has been motivated to do study. So this is what one of the reasons that frequent complaint of illness. They are spending too much amount of time in the washroom, especially when they go to the extra classes or the tuition classes. They spend good amount of time, or whenever like child is asking to study at home, they spend good amount of time in the washroom. So this is again one of the sign. Aggression, tearfulness, loss of interest, change in eating habit and the sleeping habit. Both are same. If you find the child is eating too much or less, both are not good. It's an alarm. Poor peer relationship, repeated disciplinary issues. Again and again, child is having some or the other disciplinary issues. Sometimes shoes are not proper, sometimes tie is not there, shirts has been not tucked in, or proper uniform is not there, clothes are not ironed. So, and they have not come up with the books uh, as per the timetable and all. So these are the things which says it's a disciplinary issue, but these are the giving the sign that some or the other problem the child is going through. Do we see any sign that a student is struggling emotionally? These are the signs which we just talked about. If you see these signs, then the child need empathy, not this sympathy. You know? Feel the student not for them. You feel with them. Yes, they can. I mean, as a teacher, we have to show the empathy. Yeah, you have gone through this particular thing. We know, we realize, but then we cannot take your pain back. But yeah, we realize that you are going through a pain. So we need to show the empathy, not the sympathy. So we are for them, we are with them, not for them. So you can guide them to the third person or the professional counselor if things are beyond your reach. Why parent can't counsel their ward? Actually, parent can counsel the ward. It's not very specific, but majority of time the parents are on their own, on in their own world. They are like busy in the livelihood, bringing up the livelihood. They are busy in their own thing, and their focus is basically how to get the marks and how the child can perform well in each aspect. So child parents basically they oversee, their focus is like academics, their focus is on the behavior of the child, their focus is on the adequate. But as far as the counseling is, as far as the child need help, they don't realize because their emotions are attached with the child. They want the things to be get done. This is their primary focus. So what they do, either they raise their voice from the child's voice, they sometimes beat up, they sometimes show a big eyes to the child and just threatening them, just make them fear, do the task, perform the task, why you are behaving weirdly. So since the parents emotions are attached with the child, it is difficult for them to diagnose the issue and come to the conclusion. So this is a basic problem that parents, it's difficult, I would say, not can't counsel, they can, but it's a bit difficult for the parent to do the counsel, to counsel their own children. The basic reason is emotionally they are attached to the child. So they want things to be done as dictated by the parents to the child. And parents are thinking, why I'm be dictating this way again and again? You know? Especially the mothers, towards the mother, the elder children, the teenagers, they say, my mother is nagging. Nagging means continuously, like they are saying some or the other thing, some or the other thing, and they don't want to do it. Because repeatedly we are saying the same thing to perform, and child is not interested. Why parents often cannot counsel? A 13-year-old Imran, this is a small case study, inshallah. Just we'll go through with it. Maybe we learn something new from this, inshallah. 13-year-old Imran is in academic stress, withdrawal, frequent argument at home. This is the child's behavior, right? Child is basically what? Frequently arguing. Oh, subhanallah, what happened? I lost my screen. Here. Yeah. So 13-year-old Imran is into the academic stress, right? So he's not cope up properly with the things going on in the classroom. And then is a frequent argument at home. What is the reason? Imran's parents were deeply concerned about his declining grades and irritability. He is always irritated for small reasons, and his grades are declining. He was a bright student, but then his grades are declining. Yes, as has been said, he's a 13-year-old boy. That means many hormonal changes in body already going on. So one changes in the body is already going on, plus he is facing this particular issue. So now what to do? Imran's parents deeply concerned about this. Yeah, they try to counsel him daily basis by giving advice, reminders, comparison, and warning. And these usually parent does at home. What they do, they giving daily advice. Acha nahi ho raha, why it's not happening? Do this, do that. Alternate, try alternate things. Second, they regularly give the reminder. Do this. Okay, what happened? Arey, I just told you many times why you're not performing this particular task. I told you, do it. Again, after some time, so many times I told you, 1,000 times, 70 times I told you, hundreds of times I told you do this, but you are not doing it. So reminder, comparison with the sibling, basically sibling or with the neighbor's child or with his classmates. देखो, just see how this Asad is doing. Just see your sibling, how she is performing, why you are not doing it. In fact, my own teacher used to say me because my drawings are not good in my classroom when I was a student. So my drawing teacher used to say, I know her name Sakina. She used to say, your mother is feeding your elder brother food and is he feeding you the grass or what? वो हिंदी में बोलते थे, तेरी माँ तेरे भाई को खाना खिलाती है और तुझे घास खिलाती है क्या? Because my drawings are not good, I'm not at all interested in that particular aspect. So comparison, this is also a very bad thing. And warning about his future. अरे तू मतलब what will you do in the future? How would you going to earn money? How would you survive in the life? life is difficult ahead. So completely regularly, now warning has been given to the child. So parents counseling attempt leads to conversation quickly turn into lecture. It's a one-way traffic. Parents is giving like one-way traffic continuously. Parents are saying some or the other thing, but not coming to any conclusion. It become a lecture series, and the child says, "ये तो this is on a daily basis. ये तो रोज का है. Now leave it." है ना? तो conversation goes that way. Second, parent focused on results, not emotion. Parents are not realizing my child is going through what, why he is performing this way, why he is behaving this way. You know? So they are not caring about the emotional part of it. They are focusing more on the result part of it. Imran felt judged and misunderstood. Imran is saying like there are so many things inside me and I wanted to share it, but nobody is there to listen to me. So what he will do? So he feel he is being judged and misunderstood. Whatever he does, the parents think that he is doing wrong. Next is fear of disappointing parent lead him to hide his feeling. He is now hiding his feeling. Why? The only reason is his parent may get disappointed. Again, next point is discussion often ended in a conflict or silence. You know? What is happening since they are teenagers and you might have experienced it also at your homes or maybe in your neighboring that the child started arguing. This is one of the sign of the day of judgment also. But then child is basically what they does. They start arguing with the parents, or other aspect is they both of them are keep silence. Nobody's talking. Nobody's discussing the issue. An issue is there in there itself, but it's a pin drop silence in the classroom or in the home. I cannot move slide. I don't know what happened. I am unable to move the slide ahead. Uh-huh.
Sir, could you click arrow button, up arrow button?
Yeah, I'm using that arrow button. It get locked. I don't know why. Not going right, not going back also.
Click on the slide and then arrow button.
Shall I reshare it? I'll stop share and I'll reshare. Let's see. Yeah. So just a little bit, since it seems interrupted. 13-year boy, he's a teenager. Hormonal changes is going in his body, right? And his grades are declining and he is in a irritation mode, always get irritated. How the parent is treating, they are giving regular advice, they are giving regular reminder, they are comparing the child with other person, maybe his colleague, his brother, his sibling, or his cousin, and child parents is like giving a warning or a threat. What will you do in the future? Your future will get spoiled if you not study. So these are the threatening things are going on from the child parents perspective to counsel the Imran and how and to upgrade his grades. Now we see the lots of lectures going on, not taking care of the emotions, his feeling, he's been misjudged, and is misunderstood. And result is it ends with the conflict and argument between parent and the son, the child. So child's experience is what? How the child is feeling. Nobody is trying to get that particular point. Constantly evaluated. Child is thinking like I'm been always been getting evaluated. I'm always been getting checked. They are not realizing the intention of the child. Many a thing, I mean, things will go very far off if I give every time one or the other example, because I do counsel the children, the parent. I realize it's not only about the child only, it's about parents also. And our parents are not giving a proper guidance to the child how to behave and what to behave. So similar way, a teacher's role, as we decided and we have discussed earlier, so we need to play a role and we need to bring it to the notice to the parent also. Okay, yes, your child is need some counseling and help him. If you are not, let us do the favor to you. So Constantly child is getting evaluated, afraid of punishment or disapproval. He is stopped, no, he is keep silence because he knows whatever advice he'll give for anything, his words will be of no value. So he will keep quiet. And he's afraid of the punishment. He doesn't try any new thing also. Whatever the things are like has already been set at home or at school, he will do that particular only thing and he's keep quiet. He's not trying the new thing. So we are killing his creativity also. Unable to speak freely. That is what I said. He can't express his things freely, what the phase or the thing he's going through. Pressure to meet expectation rather than express distress. In spite, rather he should express his distress, why he is upset or why he is feeling low, and he is like under the pressure of the expectation from the teacher, from the parent, from society, from aunts and aunties and cousins and brothers and peer pressure. These are so many pressures that there on the child, and he says, "Ke, oh, I say, I'm getting a Hindi word in the word." He is like not bothering about thinking what's going on. Either they go. They revolt, they speak a lot, and they do always the reverse thing whatever we told to them, or other they keep, other thing is they keep the very silent, they go in a silent mode because parents were emotionally involved, they struggle to stay neutral, and that is how the parents could not counsel the child, because parents, what they tried already, they tried advice, reminder, comparison and warning. So that is how the parents are stuck to. So they, since they're emotionally involved, they want, okay, we have experience, we have seen the things, why you're not doing it, and child is like unable to. So nothing is teacher counselor intervention. So when Imran opened up to his school counselor and class teacher, who, what did Imran is a courageous child. What he does, he spoke to the school counselor. I think there is a particular rule over there also. Over here also we have a rule that by default every school should have one psychological counselor or an academic counselor. A counselor is required. It's a rule, but many school doesn't follow this particular rule. Now people are slowly and gradually are getting aware of it, the need of the counselor. So this particular Imran is a, I would say a lucky boy that school has one counselor. So he approached the counselor or the teacher and he opened up over there, provided a not but judgmental space. The basic thing is whenever some person is coming and sharing his grief, his stress, his distress or his concern, we should not be a judgmental. So he got a non-judgmental space, listened without linking problem to the grade. The other aspect to it is he realized that whatever I'm saying to the teacher or the counselor, they are not linking it to the grades or my marks in the class. So he is very focused and this thing helped him identify stress trigger. Then the counselor does his job. They help him to manage his emotion, to how to trigger the stress, identify किया उसको, how or what are the juncture like he get the stress, and he gave him some therapy also, taught coping and time management skill. End of the day, might be he realized that it's a time management thing, that child is unable to manage the time. That is the reason he is doing some mistakes. So he helped him to do the time management also. The priority one, priority two, priority three. That way the time management has been given to the child. And eventually the outcome is good. Imran become more emotionally expressive. Now Imran realized that whatever I am feeling, I should express my feeling. There is no harm in feeling my express. Parent-child conflict got reduced. The argument between the parent and child got reduced. Academic performance gradually improved. You know, see, I'll give just example. If the child is scoring 80% out of 100 marks, he is getting 80%, 80 marks. Let's say it's been declined to 50. Okay. But if he declined to 50 and he next exam after 50, he came up with let's say 65. So would you appreciate the child, or you would have the same expectation that he should get the 80%? What would you say? Can you put in the chat? 65 to 50 is a good jump, or you want him to be 50 to 80 again as he was earlier? What do you think? 65 is good, or he should come up with the 80% only? Just yes, no. Please reply. No. I mean, no, in a sense, you are saying he should come up with the 80 or 65 is good, as because he has already improved from 50 to 65, or you're comparing from 80 to 65.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Walaikum
Uh,
salam, walaikum salam.
50 plus he came across, that's good for him. I think I'll encourage him to do next time better. For that sense, that's no, that I won't tell him that you must earn 80.
G. So 65 is good. We should appreciate that, right?
Yes.
Hmm. Yes, this is the good approach because he should get the good word, or like he should listen to the positive thing, and he should feel encouraged. So that is how it will, boost him more to perform more. All right, inshallah. Qualities of a counselor. What are the qualities of a counselor? So being a counselor, many of these particular quality we already have, but we are not realizing it. So just, and many a time we do counsel people around us, our friend, in our family, our siblings, brother, sister, and we do that. So, but what are the things like very important I have highlighted, and many things are general and many things are primarily a counselor required. The number one thing is he should be a good listener, because unless and until you lend your ear to the cause, to the problem what the child is saying, you cannot no, diagnose the thing, you cannot come to the conclusion, and you cannot advise him proper way. So lending soothing ear, lending your ear or listening is very, very important skill. With patient, you need to listen to the person who is in trouble or who is seeking counsel. Especially here in case we're talking about the children. So we should be a very good listener. Many a time in the classroom, it happens that our major focus is to complete the curriculum on time. This is the teacher's primary focus, which is, I'm not saying it's wrong, but then sometime if child is getting, interrupting regularly the class, he is asking too many questions. Two things we can do: either answer him right and there itself, or otherwise you ask the child. We can discuss your questions answer maybe after the class gets over. So at least give him the time, you know, at least understand, listen to the child. So a good listener, counselor should be a good listener. He should be a pleasant and welcoming. I mean, your personality as a teacher in the school should be pleasant and welcome. Pleasant means your attire, your the cloth, you kind of cloth you are wearing, the kind of smile you are having on your face, and it should be a welcoming. So, and child should feel get connected to you. You should not feel that the teacher is very arrogant, and they feel scared to come to you and ask any question. So you should be a welcoming and pleasant. Showing empathy. Showing empathy is again a very, very important aspect, because you just have to say, okay, hmm, okay, I understand what you are saying. Okay, I can feel that. These are the words like should, yes. So we use some affirmation words we should give. So this way you can show the empathy to the child. We should not be no non. We should be non-judgmental. You know, we should not judge the child what he is saying, because the child is already going through some or the other issue. We don't know. And sometimes the issues are very, very weird, very illogical, very, I mean, you cannot imagine what the child is going through. Every family, every person is different, and every person's perspective is different. So our principles, or rather Islamic values and principles, are same. Now the Quran and Hadith is same. Still, we require the fiqh, because the difference of opinion comes up. That is how happened in the family also. So we should not be judgmental. Whatever he is saying, he is right. He is right. But then again, if he is completely wrong or it's going into haram thing, then we can guide him. But we should not judge. Kind and caring, understanding. Understanding means, yeah, affirmation. We should affirm what he is saying, and uh, we should be positive and motivating. Let's say, for example, parents are asking him to go in a particular field. They want him to become a lawyer, but then child is wanted to become a doctor, or he want to become some other field, or he want to do some cyber security, or he want to go in AI. So we should be keep motivating the child also, and try to speak to the parent also. His skill is different, his likes and dislikes are different, so we should help the child. Yeah, a counselor should be a good communicator. He should have a good choice of words, how he communicate to the child with the problem, identify the problem, diagnose the problem, and give them the solution. So he should be a good communicator and a problem solver. Trustworthy and reliable. See, this is again a very important aspect, very, very important, because many a time child is saying something which is beyond your imagination. Let's say, for example, in a case of a child abuse, the children are very scared to discuss those things, that some person has done some mischief thing with him or her. So trustworthy is very, very important. This is again a basic ingredient of a counselor's quality. They console the, not only console the patient or the person, but they give them the assurance that whatever you're going to disclose or saying over here, trust me, this will not go outside this four wall. It is between you and me. So this is the counselor's role. Again, self-aware and sensitive to others' need. They should understand what the child is required, and they should be self-aware about themselves. खुद के बारे में they should be self-aware. So that if they are self-aware कि how am I, they can able to help the other person in a good way, inshallah. Helping nature, this is obviously we all have, I would believe. Boost the confidence. If the child wanted to perform certain things, certain tasks, is unable to do so, the counselor should give him the guideline. If he is a psychological counselor, guide him to the career counselor. Yeah, you can identify the child's strength and weakness and ask him to work on his strength. So this is how a counselor can boost the confidence of the child. Encourages growth. Yeah, as in this particular case, 80 to 50 and then 50 to 65. Again, we should give him the good wishes and best wishes and ask him to perform more. You can do so. Just encourage him to do more, inshallah. He can do. So encourages the growth. So these are the some qualities of the counselor. Again, I just repeat the very important qualities: a good listener. Those are things highlighted. Showing empathy, understanding, trustworthiness, and encourages the growth. Boost his confidence. Counseling is not therapy. This is again a very important aspect. Over here, in case of this Imran, right? We realize that a child is, help him identify a stress trigger, taught coping and time management skills. These last 2 points are related to therapy. But over here, our role is basically we should good listener, we should be a good understanding, and we should guide them. Listening actively, understanding their perspective, and guiding to a certain extent. And beyond that, you recommend the child to go to a professional counselor, because the professional counselor would give the therapy to the child. See, many a time we see this therapy required to a child who is a single parent child, who is having one parent, other parent is missing, either father or mother is missing due to there are many reasons. I don't want to go deep into that particular thing, but yeah, single parent child has issues. Definitely, they have issues. So we have to take care of them. We have to have a close eye on them. But we cannot, you should not, I would say, if you are a counselor, a registered counselor, definitely you can suggest some therapy to the child. But unnecessarily, we don't go beyond that. Our role is basically this. We should be a good listener, showing empathy, non-judgmental, and trustworthy. If required, we can share this particular information to the professional counselor. If required, we can tell this information to the principal and to the parent, if required. If not, try to solve the issue with the counselor's help, and counselor will give the therapy. We will not. And our job is listening actively, understanding their perspective, and guiding them to a certain extent. Again, this we already covered up, I think, weeks ago. Yeah. Role of a teacher and counselor. Again, what we can do. Sorry. Are you talking to me? Voice is not clear. Can someone tell me again what Atif Imran? Atif bhai's voice was very clear. This voice I cannot hear properly.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear. Could you write on the chat box?
This voice is very clear, Ilannoor. Yeah. Is he wanted to say something? He's not writing. Uh, Maybe you can type it. Inshallah, I will try to reply to your thing, what you are saying. Uh, See, role of a teacher as a counselor is he's an observer. Whenever you go to the class, our job is not, as repeatedly we are saying, our job is not to just complete the curriculum, but we are an observer also. If you see immature behavior, if you see a weird behavior, if you see irregular behavior or the behavior which is regularly performing, the child is doing something different what he is not doing earlier. So notices the change in behavior, performance, body language, or is in a constantly in a sad mood or constantly he is over laughing. Then these are the things like as an observer, a teacher would be attentive, should be attentive in the classroom and explore the possibility and try to find out the cause. This is important. है ना? If we should play a role of an observer apart from a teacher. What next we can do? As we already discussed about this thing, we should be a good listener. And as I said, we should not judge them, but we should affirm and we should show them the empathy. Yeah, whatever you are saying, we are with you. I can understand what you are saying. So what are those words? Hmm. Okay. Aha. Acha. Or whatever like Bengali you can say. So these are the word like ask, why not? I mean, encourage the child to ask question also. And our body language is important. Our open attitude is important. है lean little bit towards the child. थोड़ा सा lean down little bit. Show some interest. Yeah, you are enjoying the conversation. Your facial expression should be like that. Maybe you can ask some questions. And eye contact, body language is important. Third thing is guide them. See, there are different ways you can guide. Encourage the problem solving and resilience. Many a time, if he is facing some academic problem, you can support and take an extra class and guide them. And you can validate his emotions, whatever he is feeling. Maybe he is getting bullied in the class. Some other children are bullying him. And maybe another teacher, another subject teacher had told him something very bad. So you should stabilize the child. No, that teacher is maybe the teacher is not in a good mood today. He said something to you. Teacher is good. You don't get depressed, and this way you can stabilize the child. Encourage him to do more. Do more math practice if he is facing problem with the math or any other subject other for that matter. So encourage him to do some more practice. Encourage him to do give him some alternate options how he can perform this particular problem solution in different way. So you should give him the different share the different ideas. If not, professional counselor is there. And monitor the child's behavior. Correct. Collaborate means collaborate with the child's parent. Convey this particular message to the parent. Yeah, your child is, I have seen this particular thing in your child. What's happening in the family? What's happening in the home? Just consult with him. I mean, this week only I got a case. One of my friend is staying in Qatar, called from over there, and he's saying things are missing in the home. And eventually, the child has been caught. He has stole the electric bike, EV. He stole that, and ultimately the Qatar police has grabbed him. He has been caught, and the whole scene has been going on. So we just discuss. Eventually, we realize both the parents are into the financial stress after the COVID and all that. They are into the financial stress. They are not properly focusing on the child's growth. They are not giving time emotionally to the child. Because conversation with the child is also very important. So we should monitor. We should collaborate with the parent. कुछ नहीं, if not nothing more, just advise the parent, spend quality time. When we are saying spend quality time with the children, ask them to have some healthy discussion. If we are saying healthy discussion, ask them to discuss about either news or maybe discuss about Quran or Hadith or daily affair, what the things has been done today. It's not about the academic. Majority of time, I would say parents are instructing and giving guideline to the child what to do and what not to do. So instead of doing that, I said a healthy communication. What is healthy communication? It's about the discussion, which I just said. Refer to the counselor if required, right? Or do the follow-up if required. And if you at your level, you thought a child can be, rectified at my level itself. It's not a big problem as such. You gave them some small task to perform. If he is doing it, that's fine enough. Because there is one special school, a child was partially blind, and problem with him is he is not writing. And you see the blind people, they write on the braille. I hope you know all. They have their own braille, 6 dot or 7 dot. It's all the game of 6 dot or 7 dots. They play around with the 7 dot and they write the big sentences also, mashallah. So this particular child, this case came to me, and this child is not at all like interested in reading or writing rather. So they say, okay, sir, if he is not writing, the school teacher has came to me and he say, okay, if he is not writing or reading, how would you go ahead? Because his eyesight is only 30% he can see. So he is having a blur vision. So I suggested, why not he is writing? So he said, okay, no, so I'm not interested in writing. Okay, TK, you're not interested in writing academic thing. At least you can write your daily affair, what you have done in the whole day. Just 3 sentences, 3 good thing or whatever 3 things you wanted to mention, just write 3 lines. So this is a good activity for him and he started doing that. And eventually he started learning the braille, mashallah. Again, a teacher is as a counselor is a connector. Refer serious issue to counselors or professionals. See, many a time we say a child cannot cry. Boys are not crying. Have you heard about this statement? You are a boy, why you are crying? I'm sure you must have heard about it. Boys don't cry. But this is not the good statement actually. Because if you cry, you release your stress. Many a time it happens. So refer the serious issue. If the child is crying in the classroom, a little elderly and a mature child, you should refer it to the concerned authority or the people and bring them into their notice. If required, take it to the first is the parent, second is the counselor. Or maybe you can inform the principal also. So you play a role of a connector. You connect the people around, or concerned people, I would say, not any random people, but concerned people. So being a teacher is an essential connection between what is and what it can be. So you have certain expectation from the child and you see the child is not performing. So you tried it from your end. If it's not happening, connect it to the higher authority or the different stakeholders with the child. The stakeholders are who? Principal, parent, and the counselor. An ultimate target is student. Like we want his thing. Again, we should know our boundaries. So you are a supportive listener. हम एक अच्छे listener बन सकते हैं. We should be a supportive listener, but cannot be a good therapist. We may not be. May not be. We can, but we should know our boundaries. What is our boundary? So a teacher helped mother to register a case against a father. This is again a different case study which came to me. This is the same child I told you about. He has a blur vision and not writing. This is the same case. But what I realized in this particular case, one of the teacher who believed to be atheist, is not believing in God. And this I came to know later. But then I discussed with the other teachers, what is happening, why this child is not interested in studying and all that. So they say the mother is a divorcee, and from the father, from his own father, they have 2 brothers. And after, let's say 5-7 years, the mother remarried to another person. And from this particular person, they got 2 more siblings, 2 daughters. So mother is having 4 different children, 2 boys and 2 girls from different father. And this particular father is, beating this boy and the mother also. And the child is having the aggression within himself. But since he is already having some differently abled, I would say nowadays we don't say a disabled person, but he is not having a clear vision what he can do. So some of the other reason he is under stress because of the family issue. Though he's not a single parent now, but the new father which came in the family is not cooperating and adjusting with the family, and that is how the child is getting irritated. But the teacher in the school, he helped the mother to register a case against the father in the police station. So this is not our role. We should know our boundaries. This is what I have written. We should know our boundaries. And this is very, very personal issue. You can refer such cases to the counselor itself and let the counselor play his own role. And maybe some coach is relationship coach is that a coach can help the mother to have a better relationship with the father, and maybe coaching the father also to have a better relationship with his mother. So that is the vice and versa. But then we should know our limit. We should not go till the police, till the court and all that. This is not our area of interest. Think of a student who seems, this is again a small activity for you. I want you to share your experiences. Think of a student who seemed troubled or difficult, and how did you respond? It must have happened. Huh? Dealing with different student, you must have seen. So let's share. I wanted to let's listen from you, or maybe you can put in a chat also. If certain things have come up in your notice, how did you handle it? Or can anyone please volunteer? I'm sure you must have come across such cases. If not you come across, maybe your colleague, your other friends, other teachers might have. So just share your experience. This will help all of us, inshallah. No one would like to share anything? Yeah, I shared 2, 3 cases. One, this blur vision boy. I told one case of a girl child who is complaining about his hand pain in the hand, and he doesn't want to write. She doesn't want to write actually, and she is not interested in school. So any such cases you came across? If not, it's okay. Just write no such cases has been found. It's okay, no problem. But then I would encourage, if something has you have noticed or experienced. Okay, let's not waste time, inshallah. Till now, you have any query, you can ask me, inshallah. Common student concern. See, usually these are the students' common concern. So you being a counselor, if you find, we have seen over here the signs, right? Where is it? Signs that a student may need counseling. है ना? We have seen over here decline academic performance, frequent anger outburst, withdrawal of fear, loss of interest, aggression, sudden change in behavior, excessive fear. So these are the signs. If you see this, you can realize that these might be the problem with the child. This is the common problem nowadays. Just few things I have written over here. There might be any further thing beyond this also. है ना? So number one is academic stress and performance and anxiety. It's a era which we are living in, is basically all of us are in a competition mode. Everyone wants to compete and everyone wants to win. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to face the no this thing loss. They always want to win. So it's a performance anxiety and it's an academic stress also. Plus peer pressure and bullying. The other students' pressure. My parents are complaining. They are saying that your other friend, your Ahmad is doing good. Why not Imran is doing? So they are complaining. And then elder children is bullying the lower grade students. This also happening in the school. This might be the possibility. Family conflict or separation. As one case just I discussed with you, there might be a family conflict. There might be a separation. There might be a single parent issue. Low self-esteem or body image or shaming. And body shaming is what? The other children is bullying the child and saying that you are black, you are fat, you are overweight, or you are very thin, you are very tall, and your complexion is not good, or maybe some or the other thing. So it's a body shaming. So they are who they are. So we should not, yeah, we understand we should not, but this might be the reason that child is under stress or not performing well. So this should be the student's concern. This should be our concern also. Digital distraction and social media toxicity. This is again a problem, and lots of too much exposure of a screen is being given to the child, knowingly, unknowingly. This is again media toxicity, social media. Why likes are not coming? Children are under stress. I have posted this particular video and nobody is liking it. So this is a digital distraction is also there, and there are many things. So many things attached to it. These are the 5 common points which I have mentioned. These are the common students' concern. Any question from your end? Anything you would like to share? Please do so. I'm done with it, inshallah. So basically, the idea is don't take stress on yourself that nowadays you have to play a multiple role. You are already playing the multiple role, knowingly, unknowingly, as over here we have seen, right, in the initial itself. You know? Yeah, yeah. So you are already a teacher. Your primary job is to teach, but you do play already admin's role as an examiner, record keeper, facilitator, caregiver, as a mentor. You might have your student. You might have one or at least one student in your connection who has been passed out the school from like 5 year back, 10 year back, but they are still in touch with you. There might be at least one student you should have. I guess it, but yeah, it is possible. So you play a multiple role, and you are knowingly unknowingly play outside school, within the school, but then don't take it as a stress on yourself. Just keep doing this. Okay. Counseling and therapy. Counseling is basically an advice to the person, a very basic advice. Okay, what is going through, analyze the thing, what is happening. The sharing has been stopped by myself or you, I don't know. Anyway, so counseling basically is giving an advice, trying to diagnose the person's problem, try to analyze, and if possible, we give them the some solution. You do this or do that. Therapy is basically constantly they need to perform a particular task, and a particular task has been given to the child or the person or the patient. This is what with therapy, and therapy requires some time because after certain amount of time, it may get changed. The task assigned to the person, it may get changed after some time. It depends on the problem with the person. The diagnosis has been taken place, and after that, therapy may, because all the problem, if he has a multiple issues, all the problem cannot get solved in one therapy. So it takes time. So this is how whatever the counselor or the psychologist give some task to perform to the person, that is called therapy.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. That was a fantastic session you have taken. I appreciate your effort. May Allah give you the reward. Alhamdulillah. I have a two case of case study. Number one is during the final exam, a 7 years girl is being caught red-handed by his class teacher that he is doing unfair means. So after that, the
He is
teacher
copying.
he is copying exactly.
Uh-huh.
After that, the teacher, the examiner has reported it to the school authority or the principal. So what steps should the teacher or the principal or the guardians of the girls should be taken?
This is a boy or a girl?
Girl,
Oh, what's the age of the child and the class?
class 7 age.
Class 7, 12-year-old. Okay.
Exactly.
This you witnessed it?
Definitely.
Acha. So, see, there can be a multiple reason. As we said just now, I think I'll share my screen again. It's a pressure. For some, it's a fun. For some, it's a pressure. You understand my point? They are doing it for
Yeah.
fun. करके देखते हैं. Let's do it once. What's happening? You know, it's a challenge kind of a thing. Can you copy? Can you copy? So students are challenging to each other. Oh, no, you cannot do it. I can do it. What? It's not a big deal. I have a hijab. I have this particular thing. So I can hide this here and there. So it's a challenge kind of a thing. You understand? Someone has challenged someone and they do it. This is the one aspect of it. One thing. Second could be the performance from the pressure from the parent side. no, you have to come up with the good marks. So these are the two things I would say triggered the child to do the wrong practices. Otherwise, it should not.
How to counsel the parents or the girl of class 7?
See, this way, we need to realize why she did that, and after that, we can know diagnose the thing why she did that. If it's a challenge, then it is not accepted. I mean, why you are practicing? You're already a good student. See, there are multiple. It's not only the kind of like my head is paining, so we are giving you paracetamol and you just take it and you will be okay. This is not like, so we have to understand little bit of the background of the child also. We have to understand the reason why she did that, and then accordingly we should guide the parent. Obviously, parent need to be informed, but in a polite way, because child is still at 12 years of age, is not a big age, and is about to come into the teenage, and maybe it's she did it out of fun, out of challenge, or out of under pressure. If this thing has been come up, if it is from the pressure, we can ask the parent, can I don't do, instead of doing putting pressure on the child, rather sit with the child, talk talk to the child at home and sit with him, but for self study and practicing. So child parents need to spend more time with the child. Nowadays it's happening actually. It's globally it's happening. Both the parents are working, they are not giving proper time to the child. So this is a common problem actually. So if this is the case, so we can guide to the parent also. If not, if it's a challenge kind of a thing that someone has challenged someone, or maybe they are doing it out of fun itself, नहीं करके देखते हैं, we just do it. That is how the people are taking drugs also. The substance
Exactly.
abuse we say, correct? So they say, "Nee, just do it once, nothing is happening." So they just smoke once, and that's how it like go. The journey started with the addiction. So unless and until the
Alhamdulillah.
proper guidance or the
Yeah,
reason they identify, GG. If we
Alhamdulillah.
come
The
to the
second
reason, G, yeah, please.
second case is a college boy. He is in need of a mobile phone.
Hmm.
He asked it from the parents, but parents disagree to do that, to provide that. Suddenly in the afternoon or the evening, he was in the rooftop and shouted, either you provide me the mobile phone or I'll jump. Seeing this
Ah,
situation, the
जी.
parents rushed to his class teacher and to solve the problem. Then how the class teacher or the parents should deal with this case?
Okay. Okay, mashallah. You are giving me a difficult thing, mashallah. I've never come across with such case. But see, one thing I realize is this particular boy is addicted to the phone. This is for sure.
Okay.
And this particular step which he has taken, like going on the rooftop and trying to threatening the people that give me the phone that I will jump around. So this is a pure threat, and this is a pure case of an addiction. What is the age of the child in this case?
Yeah, a first year college boy.
First year college student. Okay. So this is a clear threat, and it again need a therapy, because if someone is addicted to something, either drugs or screen or whatever, so it takes good amount of time, because we need to channelize or divert the energy of the child to some other constructive thing. And regularly we should appreciate the child's effort, whatever good he does. These are two things initially, on initial basis, we can do. And simultaneously with the therapy, closely regular counselors interaction required, and that's how we can get the result. Otherwise it is not. And it's a clear case of an addiction. And this is the peak of it, that he went on the rooftop and saying, I will jump and all that. It's a clear threat to the parent, and playing any very last emotional card, because he I'm sure before that, before this particular doing this, he must have tried many other things. This is the peak of it. This is the height of it. Like this is the last step which the particular child has been taken. So it required a therapy. The counselor realizing I mean, he should have been given some goal also in the life. You have to achieve this, whatever area of interest he is having, be it sports, be it army, military, be it a lawyer, or doctor, engineer, whatever, like he wanted to become a forest engineer, a forest officer. So just, he want to become a photographer, he want to become a video editor, whatever, like. So we just provide him, divert his energy. Or if he is good at, if he is watching a particular sort of, usually people, these sort of boys at this age, they watch a particular sort of videos only. Do you have any idea what sort of things he use or he see? You have any idea? I'm asking.
Yeah, actually, once he has seen his teacher and the principal of this institution, he had to fall back and isolate himself from threatening or and jumping from the roof. So this is the one. Once he has seen number of people of.
No, I'm saying, I'm asking you, do you have any idea what sort of videos does he watch?
No, the idea you have given, it is perfect. It's
Acha.
okay. Someone should undergo or examine the individual and to check whether he is addicted or not. That's perfect. Alhamdulillah.
जी, inshallah.
Thank you very much for your effort.
Jazakallah khair. Any further question? Anything you would like to share or add, or any question?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Alaikum salam Aribah.
I want to share my one theory. I heard maybe some lecturer, someone who talked this kind of thing. That is, in which way we need to talk with our toddlers or at once little baby when they learn to talk. We parents and we teacher, sometimes we made this kind of mistake that my question is that my whole of thing what this is really relevant or not. So we talk with our tiny one. Hi bacha, how are you? Did you have your lunch and do you this kind of thing? Ululu, money, this kind of thing where we make some kind of noise and we too much tempering way we talk to them. So this kind of thing is hamper to children develop their talking confident or this kind of anything. This kind of thing, this kind of behavior of us, is this come across a harm for them to grow their mentality or grow their speaking capability.
You are saying, in fact, they are growing, still parents are talking like that only, right? They're
Yeah,
considering the child is
till
a bacha only.
for 3 or 4 years that child became, but as yet we are talking with them this kind of way that hi baba money, this kind of thing where money too much what is this called in loving and pampering way. So this kind of this kind of
We should avoid such thing. I agree with you. We should avoid certain thing because we should improve our language with respect as per the child's age. Because see, for 17, 18-year-old child, you cannot talk about this way. Always. We should appreciate and we should appreciate the effort, not the person. This is also a very, very important aspect. So we should appreciate the effort, not the child. Number one. Number two, pampering is at a particular age is okay. Because we wanted to see majority of time we wanted the things to get done from the child. That is why also we do that. And if we always talk about in a pampering way, always talk about my bacha and my thing and my baby. So baby has grown up now 10 years. The baby has grown up to the 15 years, 17 years. We cannot talk in the same way with the same language and the same tone. I'll give an example. One boy who went to the Europe for Germany, I think, for study, higher studies. And he was calling to one Maulana over locally over here, and he was saying, I have not eaten food from past 3 days. Then he says, why you are not eating? No, I don't know. Matlab, I don't realize, but I don't feel eating. I'm not eating things. And when the conversation went on little longer, then he said, no, every day, every night, my mother used to feed me from her own hand. That is why I used to take the dinner. And from past 3 days, 4 days, I have not taken my dinner because my mother is not there. I'm missing my mother. So this is like we called over pampering. You are making as a parent, we are making our children handicapped, unnecessary. They are having a good hand, very much strong finger, good body, and mashallah, all muscle and everything. But then over love and this sort of pampering is going to harm in the long run. So we should avoid that. As per the child's age, yes, we should love them. We should call them. We should call them with the good name rather calling baby and bacha. Give them a different name. For lion there are so many words in Arabic for lion. Asad, Hamza, Haidar. So many words are there. So we can call them. Similar way we can call as for Sira we see the Amin and Sadiq has title been given to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in his childhood itself, in his youth itself. Amin and Sadiq. So these are two different names. So we can call our children with some good name, with some good attributes, with some which is reflecting on him. So this should be practiced, inshallah. And over pampering is we are like handicapping the child from the beginning itself. We are doing over.
In this way, I came across this problem with my one student. His parents is telling me that, sir, my child is too pampering way. You have to handle him in that way. In the class, I have 18 to 22 students, so I need to concentrate all of them on all of them. But for me, not possible. Particularly that child, I'll talk to them. I'll talk to him in that
He
way.
must be from a wealthy family, a rich family boy. No,
That is not necessary. I think
I'm just
this kind
guessing
of
it.
behavior we just in a normal family also nowadays
Acha.
they just do this
So we
kind of
should, in
behavior.
this particular case, in this case, now, Atib bhai, sorry, I'm interrupting you, Arif bhai. In this case, now we need to counsel parent, not the child. Parents need
We
a
are not
counseling. They
allowed to
need to
do that.
understand.
What is our limit to what kind of guidance we should give our parents in this kind of parents?
Number one, bring it to the notice to the principal. This is very important because you cannot talk to the parent like that. You need to inform the principal that these things are happening, and I cannot, in a class of 20, 25 students, I cannot treat this particular one a different way. I am calling all them from their first name. I cannot call him Nawab Sahab. And you cannot call him. It's very difficult for you. And children will also realize, and other will also. Rather, number one is primarily, I would say, just ignore it. If the parent is coming you regularly and saying this thing, then you should go and raise the issue. Otherwise, just ignore it. Because parents have this particular tendency and issue. They wanted to get her. They
In
wanted to
this
get
way,
listened to.
my that student he's getting backward. He's not being able to.
Cooperating.
Yeah.
Cope up. Acha. So have you treated him this way? A special way?
I just, personally I talked to him, and I in PTM I talked to his parents also. But what I came across that this child, he don't have anyone in the family to play with them or spend some time with them, good time with them. Either that child spent whole time with his gadget. Otherwise, he spent with time with the nanny. So other than that, this child, the parents, father and mother, both are working person. They are not being able to give half an hour
And
to
this,
their.
this is the only child they have.
Yeah. So
This is not.
I told them that you must give some time. Otherwise, in bedtime also, if possible, give him 20 minutes, minimum 20 minutes.
Very true.
Talk to him and ask him a whole day what happened, what he did, something new. He's
Yes.
doing.
Children doesn't need at this age. They don't require the expensive gifts. They require the parents' time. This is very important, and you guided them very correct way. So you can tell them that especially half an hour on a daily basis, maybe 15 to 20, 30 minutes on a daily basis without phone, without any gadget, you should spend time together. Discuss anything and everything, no issue as per this whatever the child understand, be it the animal, be it the bird, be it the fishes or the airplane or the technology, but without the phone. So this is very important actually, especially in this particular because both the parents are working. So you guided them good way, mashallah. Someone has written when a
That
teacher.
Jazakallah khair.
Amin. When a teacher or parent might need to resort to a bit of interaction. Oh, parent teacher got conflict. I mean, acha, when it happens, you are saying when a teacher or parent might need to resort a bit of interaction. Can you elaborate little bit? I'm getting little confused. You wrote in the chat box. Teacher or parent might need to resort a bit of interaction. With whom? With child. See, it all depends. I'm not getting this particular question. This has been kept in the chat box. See, with the student, we should not be tough. Not physically, not verbally. We should not be. Because he's a student. How would I say? Any fruit is getting nurtured on the tree. So you see a very tiny flower initially, then it is getting differently colored, and it is getting nurtured and is getting bigger. So that is what the students are. They are, if they are doing some mistake, you cannot like be tough interaction with the student. You cannot, unless and until they have done really some blunder. है ना? See, rule of Islam is also is saying the same thing. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was not tough. Quran says after the battle of Uhud, if you read the Surah Al Imran, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if you would be on tough on your people, they would have run away from you. This is like the mafhum of the ayat, not the exactly ayat I'm saying. So this is what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has been taught. So you cannot be tough on the student. If you start getting tough on the student, they will be more rebellious. They will be more arrogant, and whatever you are doing to tell asking them to do, they will always do the reverse of it. They will not do it. So you should have a sugar, or rather a jaggery in your mouth, in your tongue, while talking to the student. You see, you have the experience, they are not having any experience. You need to change the strategy as per the situation, because from the same mistake you cannot teach or hit all the student. You need to change your stick, you need to change your words, you need to change your strategy. It depends on the student, case to case basis, but obviously you cannot get tough on the student, otherwise they will be rebellious. Yes, any other thing?
I think, sir, there is no any questions. So
Ji.
thank you, sir, for your wonderful
Jazakallah.
presentation.
Ji.
As we conclude today's session, let us reflect on a key takeaway. A teacher word, patience and presence can often help before any formal intervention is needed. By recognizing early signs, listening with empathy, and knowing when to collaborate or refer, we will we will fulfill not only our professional duty but also our moral and ethical responsibility as educators. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us wisdom, compassion, and sincerity in nurturing heart along with minds, and make our effort a source of lasting benefit for our students. Thank you to our respected facilitator, Syed Isra Ali Isaac, and thank you to all participants for your attentive presence and engagement. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.